Okay, okay, hey, hey, okay, okay. Are you ready for action? Giggling as she laughing as Stevie pursue her passion, trailblazing to satisfaction. Just Stevie is everlasting. Her drive, no one could match it. We knew that Stevie could make it. On top of she always saying these words to encourage you. Stick around, she'll empower you, turning negative positive. And she just keeping it real. She doing it from the heart. Motivation was a start. If Stevie say you can make it, it's a bet that you will. It's just Stevie, just Stevie, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills.
Hello, 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 and welcome again to the Just Stevie Show. You know that this is the place where we bring you all the stars in Roanoke, Virginia and beyond. I am Stevie Aisha Mills. I'm a public relations coach who specializes in transforming women into becoming household names. That's what I do. That's what I do. So I think it's keenly important for you to understand that your voice is a vessel that is used to change the world. So what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? We've got to get you into a place where your words are written, they're spoken, they're heard, because if you don't, who will? You were custom designed and assigned to people who are doing amazing things in the world, but they can't be at their full greatness if you, I'm looking directly at you, if you are not. So you've got to understand that this is truly your time. This is truly your passion. This is truly your path to change the world. You could take it or not, but we would be at such a disservice if you don't. So I am absolutely excited to encourage you today to do something different. Be bold, be beautiful, be you. Rock your it factor. Be magic. You see my shirt says black girl magic because I'm a black girl, but you could be any type of woman, black, white, yellow, red, and understand that you are magic. I am excited about this show today, and we'll be right back after a brief commercial break. See you soon.
It's just Stevie, just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Who is N. Wesley Pugsley Jr. and Associates CPA?
We are a full-service CPA firm with over 25 years experience in audit, tax, bookkeeping, payroll, including direct deposit, setting a 501c3 nonprofit status, preparing loan packages, and much more. Since tax season is right around the corner, our focus today will be on taxes. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
What sets your CPA firm apart from other CPA tax preparers?
Technology. When I started in public accounting in the early 1980s, there were no computers or fax machines. Everything was face-to-face meetings. With the advent of computers, the internet, and cloud-based software, we can communicate with any client from anywhere in the country. With our portal technology, which is similar to online banking, you just sign into our secure website, upload your tax document, you scan to your C drive, and we prepare your return. We've prepared taxes for over 15 different states in the past 3 years from California to New York. We have the state tax software for all states. With Skype being on phones and Facebook, we can meet with you face-to-face in the comfort of your home.
It appears times are changing.
I call this the year of enlightenment. Many Americans are seeing the advantages of supporting community-based businesses. We are here to serve you, not just because we're a community-based firm, but because we have the experience. We know we can serve your needs.
How are you giving back?
If you mention the Renaissance Academy when we prepare your taxes, 5% of your tax prep fee will be donated by our firm to this organization. The Renaissance Academy is a program designed to engage middle and high school African American males in a series of college trips, community service, job shadowing, workshops, and events promoting academic and social and financial skills. See their website for more information.
It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Welcome back to the Just Stevie Show. Let me talk to you today about something from the book, Cultivating Your It Factor. So I want to talk to you about this during the Stevie Says section because, you know what? The It Factor saved my life. When I was on a job that I could not hardly stand, was not the right fit for me, and I went from a size 14 to a size 0. I had 3 colonoscopies within 30 days, 2 within 24 hours, and I had shingles. I was so stressed out, right? Because I did not know my It Factor. So the It Factor saved my life, and I hope that this touches you in some way. And so what is the It Factor? It's your God-given gift. And this book collaboration has so many dynamic people in it. I'm going to read from my factor. In order to truly discover, define, and refine your signature brand, you must holistically get to the bottom of who you are. This journey begins with determining who you are not, so that you can live freely in who you are. You are not your circumstances. You are not your mistakes. You are not what people have called you. Not the negative adjectives that you have thought about or called yourself. 1, you are who God called you to be. 2, you are who you call yourself to be. 3, you are what you are called to do. First, let's talk about what God calls you. Amen, somebody. God calls you in Jeremiah 1:5. He says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. And so, simply put, that means that you are not a mistake. You are not a circumstance. You are indeed custom designed. As we look forward in the book, we talk about the fact, do you know how important you are? Do you really, really know? Don't worry. I didn't know either. That's why we're here to talk about your God-given It Factor. And so it is important to understand that God took the time to design you. He took the time to give you everything. Even those flaws that we do not like about ourselves, we all have them. But guess what? They're important. Just my namesake, Stevie Wonder, right? Stevie Wonder was born with what many people would say an impediment. He is blind. But he has made the best music in the world. Without music, we would not be able to have that special song we all sing at the birthday parties. Happy birthday to you. What? Happy, y'all know. Without that song, we would not be able to have just greatness. So I want y'all to really understand how important you are. We all are. So rock your It Factor to the fullest. And so the word of the day, hey. The word of the day today is one that we're very familiar with around here, and that is focus. Focus. And to me, I always think about the acronym. Follow one course until successful, right? Follow one course until successful. What does that mean? It means that you could do a lot of things, but you got to follow one course. You got to follow straight arrow. You notice in an arrow, when it shoots, the only way to do it and to get the bullseye is to go straight ahead. How do I know? Because I took some archery classes back in the day. But it's to go straight ahead, and that's following one course until successful. And whatever you do in life, you've got to understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, who you're doing it for. And I want to tell you that when you focus, when you look at that bullseye, when you pull back that arrow and that bow, and you say, I'm going to make it, then you can. And those of you who bowl, I'm not a great bowler, but I do know about bowling. They say, look at the middle. Look in the middle. Follow one course. To get that strike, look in the middle. And then you can hit all the pins. You can hit everything that you need to do. And we want to get strikes, honey, because I love to win. I am very competitive. So follow one course until successful. Focus. And you will do some great things in life and business. I am excited that today we have somebody who is like, I don't even see his name anymore. I just hear focus. We have him, and he will be right back with us in just a few short moments. See you on the other side of this break.
It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Well, I matter because I'm always trying to find a way to help people, you know. If I'm out volunteering for an organization, I'm always trying to help my friends out with something, you know, trying to improve their life, improve my own life, you know. I matter because I'm human, and who knows what I'm going to do in the future, so I might change something, you know. We don't know our own fate, so I think I matter.
Don't bother me, I'm working. 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 Don't working. Working.
It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Hey, how's it going, Just Stevie folks? Fans of the Just Stevie Show. What's going on, everybody? It's Tommy Page, also known as Tommy P, owner of New Focus Group, co-owner of New Focus Group, man. We got a great team, so it's not just me. But yeah, my word is focused, man. Focused is what it's all about in order to achieve your goals. I really had to think about, you know, the irony of it, you know, my company being called New Focus, and of course, you know, being called upon for the word focus, but it really is, it's kind of something that didn't know, spoken into existence of when God gave me the vision of being able to go into business for myself, and now I've been in the business for myself for over 15 years. You know, it was that you're going to have to take the things that you learn working in the other aspects and apply it, but you're going to have to stay focused. You got to pay attention to detail, because you don't have some of the other things that some of these other businesses that you actually work for automatically has. And so that's the one thing I will say to entrepreneurs, man. The whole reason why we created our product was to be able to help out nonprofits, entrepreneurs, small businesses, and independent artists, man, because, you know, that's where you find those who are really trying to make another, you know, for themselves, become owners of their own thing. And that was the inspiration for me to continue with this thing. But I had to stay focused. It's not like stuff is going to be given to you. You really have to work hard. It's the biggest thing, the biggest misconception I think a lot of people come into, especially from our community, is that as soon as you come in, you're going to be able to start seeing a difference. But that's not true. It actually took us about 3 years before we turned a profit. And but that was by design. That was because we knew what we were up against. We were up against now introducing a new product that nobody was really, because, you know, I'd already looked into actual technology and how important we was going to technology, but nobody was looking into that. But now to get into this space and present it and stay with it. So we're grateful now that it's moving on, but it was not something that was given to us. We had to stay focused, man. So I encourage each one of you, and especially now, it's really showing forth in Stevie, man. Stevie, first year, man, first season, 14 episodes. That took for someone to stay focused, as well as during the same time, launched the book and some other stuff, man. So hats off to you, Stevie, the whole team, man, for staying focused. And as always, stay focused, my friends.
Welcome back to the Just Stevie Show. Today we have an extra special guest who is dynamic. Y'all. You all know him. You're familiar with him. His name is Mr. Tommy Page. What's going on?
Well, hello. Look at me. Get on the Just Stevie Show.
Yes.
I must be somebody important, something like that.
Absolutely.
Praise Jesus. What's
Absolutely.
going on?
Thank you for being
Nah,
here.
man, thank you for having me, man. It's such a great thing just to come
and finally sit down and talk with you. But you've really been doing a great thing. I mean, just seeing all the personalities that you brought on here, it's really encouraging, first of all, but it's really good to learn the stories of who's out there and what they're doing. And you've been really driving, man. You've been really using your pieces on your platform to rock your It Factor. I know that's right.
Thank you. And I'm overjoyed that you're here. First off, I'm overjoyed just by remembering when I first met you, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, your networking event. And then we were allowed to come on your radio show and talk about some things. It just was synergistic, I think.
Yeah, man.
And so you mean so much, because without you, there would be no Just Stevie show. Without you, and I love the fact that you said go team. We're going to talk about focus, because that is truly your word.
Yeah.
But what is this go team philosophy?
Oh, man, it really is, because like you said, I appreciate those sentiments. The reality is, though, we couldn't be focused, New Focus, if we didn't have persons like yourself, if we didn't have persons like Buffy, if we didn't have persons like FM and Mother, you know, all these people who come into it. And of course, my team, Farmer, and my lovely fiance, Erica Kane, man, we couldn't be this team. The team element comes from, you said an acronym, and I'm going to tell you my how we break down focus, but I love that one too, though. I like that one. I really like that one. But acronyms is one thing. I went to the military for a while, so acronyms became big. And team is actually, even though I'm a team player, you know, that's the one thing that was, you know, that was always with me. A lot of people know me more for what I did in sports and stuff back in elementary and high school and stuff, and in college versus, you know, what actually coming on now.
Huh?
Well, I mean, you know, first team All-State, you know. Roanoke City Schools Player of the Year. But I mean, that's just a whole other bag of beans we talk about. But the team effort has always been there, man. But the acronym that came off of that is together, everyone achieves more. And I just really feel that way, man. I feel like that's what we've been able to do with our company structure. Our company structure was, you know, in the beginning, we kind of, you know, went by the, you know, the normal textbook way of company was you hire and you bring people in. Then we said, well, you know, the one thing I think was the biggest challenge in our community was getting startup capital and things like that to be able to really, you know, go into business and do business as need be. So we was like, okay, well, here's the thing. You see a whole bunch of other people trying to do their own thing as well. But the one thing I think everyone needs is exposure. You gotta have exposure. If you don't have exposure, you can have the greatest thing out there. You could be the hottest rapper rapping. I mean, you know, that's true. You could be the hottest rapper rapping. You could be the most the prettiest woman out here, the best model. If you don't have the exposure, your opportunities get limited. So we changed our business model to now contract out. We contract out to those type of people. Most people within their own company have a specific skill set. Now they can do all of it, which makes them fantastic. That means that everybody in our group are bosses. Everybody that's in New Focus group is bosses. Everybody are bosses, you know. And so, you know, it's like, take for instance yourself. Everyone may not know yes, you're a world-class author. You're doing great with the show and stuff like that. But you went to school for public relations, which is huge, especially from our community. One of the things I think that we've been challenged on being able to get the proper exposure. We don't have people in the PR space. And oh, by the way, people like me who didn't have a rocky past and things like that might need to be able to put their message out there a little bit better. So, you know, having these all these elements coming together really allows for us to see how much together everyone achieves more. I see the building of the brands that's attached to us. I mean, I look at you and I'm like, yo, she's shining. I don't even know when Stevie come up in the building, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I'm like, am I supposed to get an autograph? I'm like, you know, whatever. I don't even know. I don't know how to have it. You know, but then you see other elements that's attached to it who have utilized our services, such as Brand B Fashions and Book Addictions and all these other entities, man, people who are out here doing things. So it really allows us to see what I think a lot of people think is not happening, that our community don't come together. That's not true. We're dispelling all those myths now.
Absolutely. And I think in my world, language, you are kind of like the table that everybody brings their it factor to. Like you yourself are a table. We couldn't have it factor rockers without a place for us to rock.
Bless you.
And so you provide that even through just me and you, and I appreciate, you know, conversations that we've been able to have, because we are kind of synergistic and aligned in our personalities, which is, I'm like, dang, he is like me, so I gotta understand. You're helping me even personally to understand who I am, because I see it.
Bless you.
And so I think a lot of times people who don't understand the hashtag I use, connect, collaborate, change.
Yeah, man.
And that's truly what it is. It's the art of collaboration. And so when we talk about focus, what is that acronym that you utilize?
So I'm in a place right now that I'm older. That's why when you said that, being that place that people come to, I'm actually grateful that God allowed me to be in that space, because it's not like I'm puffing myself up, but that's not easy. That's not easy, because a lot of times we esteem to be, always for us. We are a selfish people. We don't realize it because we always see it in other people. We become, no, I want to be about me. I want to be about me. Oh, why didn't this happen for me? Or why didn't this? And I got to a space, I was like, hold on, man. That sounds silly. You know what I mean? Because now, if the person that you're following, I am a Christian. I don't have no problem professing that. I still love the Lord. A lot of people know that I pastor the church. I still pastor. This is my ministry now. So, but now the one thing I had to be able to do is now start to, instead of looking so much like me, we hear the scripture. I heard you talking some scripture earlier. It's like, we accept that his thoughts are not our thoughts, his ways are not our ways. And I was like, well, why don't I start thinking a little bit more like God?
That's powerful.
Because it's the difference between thinking a little bit more like God. Because thinking a little bit more like God, you think of both sides of each situation. You don't only see it from your side. You don't just see it the way you're able to look at it from the balance. So initially, because we was going through trials, a lot of what catapulted me to go full-fledged in this, because I kept working other jobs. I was in the military for a long time. And it was just one day I said, man, I've got to do this full time. I've got to, because that's the only way it's going to really be able to birth itself and really have the sustainability that was necessary. So at that time, I knew that I was going to be fighting obstacles, continuing to success every day.
Wow.
So,
say that one more time. I don't think they got that. I was like, fighting obstacles. Let me take some notes.
So I knew that I was going to have to fight obstacles, continue unto success every day.
Wow.
And so that's where the focus acronym came. And so after being in there, man, I started getting wise. I started learning that if they say, this is not something that's made up, if all the studies and stuff show that normally it takes you at least 2 years of business for you could even really be in position to get revenue or get capital. And that's not just saying you're 2 years of business just doing it. That's 2 years business of going downtown, getting your business license. That's 2 years of reporting your P&R statements to the P&L statements to the IRS. That's what that 2 years of business is. That in order to do that, once you come on the other side of that, if you can find out that you can sustain with that before you get extra revenue, when now you've got that data for them 2 years, you can now be able to find opportunity. Continue to success. Always got to continue to success. Evolve daily. So that was a
y'all hear that word? Wait a minute.
So that's where those acronyms and things came from.
It.
And that's what I keep to use me to stay motivated, to stay focused.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think that it's awesome that it's just a lot of humbleness that happens with some men that I've met while I've been in Roanoke. And I think that's cool. Have you always been humble?
No. I've never, I mean, it was so crazy about it. Again, this is getting older because, I was the one, it's a psychological thing though, man. I think we don't really spend enough time in just, the whole things that go on. As a kid, I hated the fact that I was the baby boy. I hated that I was the baby boy because I had 2 older brothers who always stayed on me. But look what that did. In order to even be able to go outside and play, I had to be at a level of where my older brothers were at, or else I couldn't be there. So that pushed me to always go further or be an overachiever. So that now when I started to operate within my peer group, my skill set is different from this, because now my skill set is up at a higher level. Even when I was reading, one of the things that I'll never forget, my father passed when I was real young, but the one thing I do remember and recall, a lot of parents will read to their kids at night. I had to read to him. They got the book series. They got the golden book series. I never forget it. You know what I'm saying? With Sesame Street and all that stuff like that. And
and I had to read to him each night. So what that did is at 3, 4, or 5 years old, I was already reading, so that when I now got in school, I was reading at a higher level.
Wow.
So it was always going forward. So then I started getting to a place, I was seeing that I was overachieving. So I'm winning, so I'm bragging, I'm talking all this stuff. But it came to later on to life when I said, now you get into a space where when you know you do have that capability and you do get kind of big-headed, you start looking around and there's no team. Because don't no team want to be with a leader who can't find a way to, you might be the best one on the floor, but you better find a way to get me engaged. You better not keep on just saying, give me the ball out. No, you're not going to have a team after that. So what I found in recent years and what has given me the most joy is I love and I look for opportunities to take my platform of being able to give exposure and find those who I know need it. Those who will say, man, that's a gem right there, waiting for the world to see it. Let me take my time and my opportunity, put my energy and strength there. And the way God been blessing from it, it's been crazy.
It's something about being that overachiever, right? Yeah. As you can imagine, I'm my mom's only child, and I've overachieved. So it is like you got to kind of talk to yourself, because there is an opportunity for your carnal mind to miss God.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's an opportunity you feel like you are doing. And so I think that's awesome that you've utilized the transformation of that. And so I think that's like dope.
But that was the understanding, that was the wisdom. Because then actually as I stepped back from that, it made me realize that was still thinking like God. Because, oh, by the way, let's think about it. We go to God in a place where even God has changed his mind about things with us. Before getting too deep, let's see how before the flood, and let's talk about the 10 Commandments, then let's talk about grace, and let's talk about those different things. But then there's a time when God is like, but listen, I just need you're going to listen to what I say do. And you're going to do it how I say it's get done, or you're going to make life hell for yourself type deal. So there goes again the best of both worlds in balance. So now what I do is, as now 44, I now say that time I think was needed. It was needed at this time I could be able to understand and appreciate. But when it's time for to light that thing up again, if that's what it's going to take to encourage or motivate some people, we can get that one going again too. Continue with the evolution, keep the evolution going.
And speaking of which, I know one of the conversations that you and I have had is about the over 40. I'll be 40 in just a couple of months. So what is that transition? 40
to me, man, is a whole new life. 40 is a whole new life, and I really look at how like Bible supports that. A lot of people, I love the stories to be true, but a lot of them have allegory, and you cannot overlook that. Look at how the fact that Moses, a lot of people don't take time to really examine Moses' story. Like, so Moses was the only person who had never been a slave. God gave it to him to now go free these people that he was not even a part of no more. And so he went through all that. And so we know the story of how he went through and the 10 plagues and all that stuff. Even open up the Red Sea to get over there. Now he gets on the other side. Then you see this big triumph thing gets on the other side. And the people over there couldn't get 3 or 4 days before they were already complaining about how better life was to be in bondage. And a lot of times we'll go that same way. Our mind is just so set on being in bondage. And they wrestled in the wilderness for 40 years. They stayed in the wilderness for 40 years when they was less than 2 weeks away from the promised land. So I'm looking at a lot of us, we still figuring it out in our 40 years. Once you get to 40, now you can have your mind set on, this is exactly where I'm going. Exactly what I'm going to do. I can stay focused, and if I believe it, I definitely can achieve it.
So I'm going to be focusing forward 40, right? Yes. So thank you again, Tommy, for being here. Thank you. Y'all catch him on wherever he is. He's awesome. I know he MCs. He's on the radio. He's like, I have a special nickname for him that, I'm just gonna put it out there. It reminds me of a popular show called Empire, and this is Lucius. So thank you for being the Lucius in our lives. We appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all, man.
Thank you for being here.
Keep on checking out Just Stevie, man. She got a powerful thing, boy, man. Be a part of it.
Thank you. We'll be right back after this commercial break. That was good.
White coats meet black ties as Doc's Rock Fashion returns to the Roanoke Country Club Saturday, April 14th to benefit the Bradley Free Clinic. Enjoy heavy hors d'oeuvres and cocktails while prominent local doctors and dentists model the latest fashion. Bid for one-of-a-kind experiences. It's a fashionable way to support free quality health care to low-income people in our community. Get tickets at docsrock.org. That's docsrock.org. Presented by Johnson Orthodontics and other sponsors.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Isn't he awesome? Tommy Page is like the table. That's why I call him the table. Actually, you know, I call him Lucius just because it's mastermind mind. You know, he's always putting together some stuff and you're always able to learn from what he does. And this is going to be an incredible journey just to watch what he does next. I love a good visionary. And so today has been awesome. We were able to talk to Tommy Page and learn about the whole empire of new focus that he is bringing to y'all, right? We are learning, we're growing. And when it comes to the point where you are taking media and music and doing it and mixing it and saying, I was not this guy, but God has allowed me to become him, that's dope, for real. I am excited. I thank you for coming to our show today. I pray that you got something out of it. I'm your girl, Stevie Aisha Mills, author, speaker, public relations coach, but at the end of the day, I'm just Stevie. Guess what? Do not have a great day. We don't believe in those. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, you too, have the power to do so. Bye for now.
Drive, no one could match it. We knew that Stevie could make it. On top of she always saying these words to encourage you. Stick around, she'll empower you, turning negative positive. And she just keeping it real. She doing it from the heart. Motivation was a start. If Stevie say you can make it, it's a bet that you will. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills.